We're just waiting for Evan from Top Whiskies. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Yeah, doing really well. I didn't get the memo about the Christmas jumper, though.
Yeah, you know what? I just put it on. You know, it's just for fun. But let's take a minute to make sure our audio and video connections are good. You're coming a little blurry to me. Your Wi-Fi connection is good there?
It should be all right. I can try to change and see if I can make something a bit better. Let me try.
Yeah. If we get, worst come worst, disconnect and reconnect with me, and I will make it better. Hey, guys, logging in. Thank you so much for joining. Andy, what's up? How you doing? Whiskey Notion, what's up? Bummer Wanderer, how you doing? Appreciate you guys coming in. Global Spirit Life, what's up? Arms are still, how you doing? Long time no see. It's getting better, yeah. Actually, it's getting better. So people watching, you guys are the best judge because sometimes it comes in weird for the person who's hosting. So can everybody see? It's getting better. Slowly gets better, yeah. Can everybody see and hear Evan okay? That's why I usually just like to start off a couple minutes before and just get the kinks out, So just bear with us, guys. The Real Electric Monkey, how you guys doing? Amazing energy drink. Appreciate you for logging in. You guys far better. Again, we're going to have Evan join again. Christina Kim, how you doing? Welcome. Whiskey Notion, how you doing? Thank you. Yeah, no, I disconnected him because he's going to log in again. I think it'll make things easier. And I'm going to add him now. Camera Joseph, how you doing? Let's put the music back on. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Hey.
Hey, that looks. It sounds better. Talk to me for.
Okay.
Give me a sentence of anything you want to say.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good.
The quality's not so good though, video-wise.
The video quality is not very good.
Your Wi-Fi signal is good?
I mean, I think it's probably about as good as it's going to be.
Gotcha. So you know what? Let it correct itself. It's what happens with Instagram is sometimes it just auto-corrects itself. It keeps trying and eventually just flattens out and it gets better. I like YouTube so much better, but I haven't gotten into it yet. Instagram, obviously, I have a lot of followers, so it's better to do Instagram one. Eventually, I will transition into YouTube, which is definitely better for technology-wise and quality-wise.
Yeah. It's difficult to make the transition though because it's like very different sort of people who watch on YouTube versus Instagram. So people are just looking for different things, I guess.
Yeah. So Evan, can you hear me fine? And you can see me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you fine. Just you're coming in a little blurry, slightly blurry. Now, people watching, people logging in, you guys, am I coming in clear? Is Evan coming in clear? Vice versa. Give us a little feedback and audio-wise too, so we can see in the comments what's really going on here. Maybe it's just me on my side, and if you're coming in blurry just for me, and that's okay. As long as people can see you and hear you, that's the key.
I mean, realistically, if I'm a bit blurry, it's probably better for everyone.
No, Evan, you're a handsome man, dude. You're a handsome dude.
Well, that's what my mother tells me.
Mothers never lie. So I guess we'll get into it a little bit while these things. You're clear, Jazz. He's blurry. Okay, so it's coming in the same way. You have a Wi-Fi on, right? What service do you have? What provider do you have there? If just for your cell phone service.
So it's SBC.
Do you want to try turning off your Wi-Fi and seeing maybe if the cellular service is quicker and faster? Maybe you have some sort of an issue with this Wi-Fi. So let's try that.
Okay.
Turn off your Wi-Fi, and I'm going to disconnect you, and I'm going to reconnect you again. Just send me an invite again. Try one last try to see what works and what doesn't. to see what's the best way to do this. Bear with us, guys. Yeah, I don't want the entire session to look blurry and muffled. Try to fix things a little bit if we can. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, it's okay. Guys, people watching, thank you so much for logging in. I really appreciate you guys coming in all the time. A lot of you guys are regulars here. Thank you. What's going to be in your glass in this evening? What are we leading up to into the holidays? What are we drinking tonight? The 12 days of Christmas. So what's the dram in your glass tonight? What's wine? What's the beer? It doesn't matter what you're drinking, right? Tonight's poison, not tonight's whiskey. So I would love to know what you guys are drinking. Please do let me know. I do like sometimes to post pictures of what you guys are drinking. If you do a selfie of it and send me a DM later, I will add them to the end of the YouTube video when this goes on YouTube. There it is. Let's try one more time. So Evan is logging in from his personal account, XMYELIN, but Evan and Ed are part of Top Whiskies, the huge account on Instagram. I think I have 30 or 40,000 followers. Last I checked, I forget exact number, but on YouTube they have 4,000 or so followers with over almost 150,000 views. So they're really a big deal. If you don't know about Evan and Ed, looks better. But does it sound better? Talk to me. You're coming in slow-mo. Guys, we're having technical difficulties. And you know what? Evan's from UK, but he's in San Francisco, if I believe. So it should be good, but Evan, can you hear me? Let's see. Let's give it a minute. Guys, very sorry for the technical difficulties. This is part of internet, right? This is part of Instagram. It is part of it. No, he's not playing. He's legit. You should see his work on YouTube. They do a really good job, and they're really technically savvy. It's just, I guess, a bad connection in some ways or another. Anyway, what are you guys drinking tonight? What do you guys got? I have a nice stellar lineup of Glendalough. All right. I have the regular here, and I have the 13-year-old, which is phenomenal. And let's try one more time. I also have one of my new favorites to drink on a daily basis, Macallan 15, which is phenomenal. One of my all-time favorites, Nectar d'Or, which is gorgeous. Looking good.
Well, yeah. So I've had to resort. It said I had 4G, but apparently it was lying.
It's all right. You know what? The audio is good right now. You're coming in a little blurry. Maybe we'll adjust this up, but we can hear you. So let's start.
Sounds good.
So what are we drinking tonight, man? What do you got there? I got a little lineup here, but I know this you've talked about a lot. Well, not a lot. You've done a feature on this, which is nice. So when I saw that I had in my collection, I thought it was so appropriate to drink tonight. I don't know if you have it there, but what's going to be in your glass tonight?
So I'm actually I live in the UK. I've actually come home for Christmas, so I'm in my childhood bedroom, which is a bit weird to be drinking in my childhood bedroom to begin with.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so my first one, and I actually noticed you've got a Tomatin, so I've got a little Tomatin, so we can drink that together. I've got a Lefroy, and I have what I'm very excited about. So there's a bit of a story behind this, but I've got a Highland Park, but you'll see it's the old label. So I went on a bit of a quest to find the old label earlier this week. So I was in a liquor store near where I live, just trying to find some whiskey to have. So I'm home for 3 weeks, and I wanted to find something good that I'd be able to kind of enjoy for the next couple of weeks. And I ended up chatting to this guy who's the distributor, who is an absolute jerk. He's just like really rude and just like trying to tell me that. Anyway, we didn't get on very well. And he started explaining to me how amazing Highland Park's new Viking branding is. And I said, yeah, well, to be honest, I sort of
I saw your
prefer the
video
original.
on the hype of Highland Park and how you didn't really believe in it, but you started the whole concept of light and dark and the storytelling. You started becoming a believer.
Yeah, so I got a bit more into it, but this guy was so anyway. So I got on this thing about the branding with this guy, and he walked away, and some guy came up to me and said, you know, I just heard you, and there's a liquor store that's about maybe half an hour drive from here, and they still have the Highland Parks and the old bottles. So I drove out there to buy them. So I bought this. I'm going to drink it while I'm here, and then take the empty bottle back home to the UK with me, and then I'm going to decant into it. So yeah, that's my plan. Anyway, that's a very long story for what am I drinking tonight.
Yeah. I know. I got you. Let's pour out the. Let's start with the one we have, which is the similar, which is Taman. What Taman you got there?
So this is the 10-year-old.
Okay, great. I got the 14. 14. I believe it's the 14. The French. No, is it the Portwood finish? That's what I got. So I'll start with that. I'm just gonna pin a comment here, so that way people know who you are and they can follow you. So this is Top Whiskies. While we pour this out, tell me a little bit about Top Whiskies, man. How you guys got started? So you're in front of the camera and Ed is behind the camera, and you guys are a dynamic duo. You guys do an incredible job on YouTube. I started YouTube 6 months ago myself, and I just been posting my experiences of traveling and distillery visits. Really, I haven't been doing the stuff that you guys do. You guys do an incredible job. Your last video was on the top 10 whiskey moments in the movies and stuff like that with James Bond and with different aspects of it. It was brilliant. I just love your sense of humor. You love your sense of humor.
Thanks.
And the way you guys present stuff.
We just try to have fun because we both really like whiskey and we like talking about it. And so that's kind of what we do with YouTube and Instagram, and just trying to connect with people that just enjoy drinking whiskey and don't want to be over the top and really pretentious about it, but just enjoy what's a great drink.
Fantastic. Cheers to you, man. Cheers to you and Ed and Top Whiskies in the house. Much appreciate you guys doing this. You guys have showed me a lot of love. They like my stuff. They comment on my pictures, and they're genuine. They're not just there for themselves. There's a lot of Instagram followers now or accounts nowadays that create content and they don't interact at all. They're selfishly for themselves. Whereas Ed and Evan here they're really as part of the community. They really belong in the community, they interact with the community, and they give back to the community despite having so many followers. And amazing job you guys do with video. And the videos are not easy. That takes a lot of time to create that kind of content. And you guys do a lot of research. You put in little clips, little snippets and stuff like that. That's really, really time consuming. And you still make time to interact with the audience, which is awesome.
Well, yeah. Well, the whole point, and the whole what Ed who will be asleep right now in London because it's 2:00 in the morning in London. But what Ed always says is that social media is social, and the reason that we got into doing this is because we want to connect with people. We want to talk to people that love whiskey as much as we do, and that's the whole point of us doing it. There's no reason to just churn out. If you're going to just create content just to put out there and have people see, you might as well just be a distillery who's trying to sell a product. We're not trying to sell anything. We just want to enjoy whiskey with everyone else. Yeah.
That's the beauty about it. So how'd you guys get your start? How did you and Ed come up with Top Whiskies? Tell us about that, and how'd you guys come up with the name Top Whiskies?
So it was Ed, and so it was a bit of a weird one, the way we kind of came up with it. So we wanted to do something with whiskey. So Ed and I used to work together. Ed actually gave me my first job. Ed hired me, and so we worked together at an insurance company in the UK. And there was an amazing hotel that was right behind where we worked, and we used to go there, and they did a whiskey night. And so we went once, and we were just kind of getting into whiskey, or we thought whiskey seemed kind of cool, but we didn't really know anything about it. And so we went. There's a great guy who hosted it, and we really enjoyed it. And so we kept bringing more and more of our friends. and we actually met a lot of other people there. And it was interesting. So we were all sort of in our early 20s, and they were all in their probably late 50s, early 60s. And yeah, so we wouldn't normally be friends, but we came together as like this really big group over whiskey, and we really enjoyed it. And so we wanted to take that and create something like that online when we moved away from York. So yeah, so that's kind of how
Gotcha.
we came to do it. And it was so Top
How
Whiskies
many
was
years
Ed's
ago
idea.
was this?
This was about maybe 3 years ago, I think. Two or 3 years ago,
Oh, wow.
we had the idea, and then so we started on Instagram, probably I guess about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, and then we started on YouTube, sort of dabbling on YouTube. We were doing these sort of 60-second reviews, which were just kind of a bit of fun, about a year and a half ago, and then a year ago, we started to kind of take YouTube seriously, and started to put out the videos that you kind of referenced,
Yeah.
where we make them a bit longer and a bit more engaging and a bit more fun. So yes, I guess, again, long answer. We started Instagram 2 years ago, and we started YouTube about a year ago.
Cool. And you mentioned, I'm sorry if I got distracted by some of the people joining in or comments, but Top Whiskies, the name. How'd you guys come up with that?
So Ed came up with it, and I have no idea how Ed came up with it. I guess we wanted to think of something that that was about whiskey, but didn't have the word whiskey in it, because we didn't want to have our channel name spelled either with an E or without an E. So we thought that whiskeys plural meant we could get away with not being either E or no E.
Makes sense.
Top Whiskies just sounded cool.
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you guys logging in later, I know it says I'm living with XM Yellen, but this is Evan from Top Whiskies. Great account. You guys must be following it already, but if you don't already, make sure you follow them on YouTube and Instagram. Phenomenal duo. The person you don't usually see on the camera is Ed, and this is Evan in front of us. Although he's coming a little blurry, but you guys see his YouTube. They're nice and crisp. The YouTubes are nice and crisp, and there's a lot of great content in it. You know, the good thing about YouTube content is it's got to be engaging and fun, and you guys create content like that. You know, if you're too geeky or too much into whiskey or too diplomatic, you guys are actually blunt with your statements when you need to be, and at the same time fun. It makes the viewer continue watching for most of the video, which is great.
Oh, thanks. That's really nice of you to say. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what we're trying to do. So I'm glad to hear that that's working.
Yeah. Obviously, nowadays, watching long videos, it becomes difficult. I think unless somebody has a 9-to-5 boring job where they're like, okay, I'm done with my work in 2 hours. Let me watch some YouTube, and they get away with it. But it's become difficult for somebody like myself who's always out and about. It's like difficult to sit and watch like a 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute video unless I'm dedicating some time to watching a movie or something like that. But nevertheless, your videos are phenomenal, and I'm gonna try to watch more of them because you guys have a lot of great content out there. I didn't even know about your 60-second videos because I haven't gone back to your older ones. I just came across you guys in the last 6 months.
Yeah, you have to go way back. So yeah, so that's about. Yeah, so we did those, I guess maybe like 14 months ago. So yeah, so it's
cool,
been a while.
So Booker's Bride just logged in and says, Jazz, your sweater game is off the charts. Booker, you saw in our previous session together what's underneath the shirt too, underneath the sweater too. I did a little take off the sweater move. I'm wearing another shirt underneath there, which is pretty unique. So what are your picks for the holidays, man? What do you recommend in and around so many whiskeys? Is there a holiday pick that you recommend for gifting and drinking during the holidays?
So that's a great question. So we've got a video coming out, I think on Monday actually, that we go through sort of what our favorite whiskey. I know it comes out on Wednesday, next Wednesday. Our 5 favorite whiskeys of the year. One of which is Glendalough, which you've got there. But for me, the best holiday whiskey has to be Glenfarclas. Yep, that's the one, right there. So that's next. So that's one of the 5 of our top whiskeys from this year. But yeah, I think that Glenfarclas is the perfect Christmas whiskey. And what I like about it is that because Glenfarclas is family owned, it's even, throughout all the different ages, it's relatively inexpensive for that age. So yeah, I mean, a 35-year-old Glenfarclas is obviously really expensive, but it's a lot less expensive than a 35-year-old Glenfiddich, even. So yeah, they keep their prices maybe about 10 to 20% lower than some of the main distilleries, which are owned by these big conglomerates, and it's because they're all still family owned. And I think that their Highland whiskey, their lots and lots of sherry cask that they use, so it tastes like Christmas cake. Hands down, that would be my go-to Christmas one, and I think it's usually at a good price as well.
That's fantastic. What can you tell other people watching about this guy? Because I know you've done you've done a video on this. You've talked about this a bit. So what can you summarize? How do you summarize this bad boy in a minute or two?
So the most important thing about that, so Glendalough 13 it's a new whiskey. It's part of the new Irish whiskey revival, which is really exciting because up until about 10 years ago, there were only 5 distilleries in Ireland, and they were basically all owned by the same companies. And now we're starting to see lots and lots of new distilleries coming out, and Glendalough is one of them. What's really special about the Glendalough 13 is that it uses Mizunara casks, which is Japanese oak. And there isn't a lot of Japanese oak on the market. Even Japanese whiskeys don't use a lot of Mizunara oak because it's really difficult to work with. Mizunara doesn't grow straight, and it's really porous, so it's difficult to keep the barrel watertight. So you need really skilled coopers to make the barrels in the first place. And recently,
it's quite expensive. It's one of the most expensive barrels to make, correct?
Absolutely, yes. It's really expensive just to get the barrel by itself, let alone to put your whiskey into it. But all of a sudden, now that Japanese whiskey is becoming more and more popular, there are lots of distilleries in Japan who are trying to keep a hold of them. So it's really rare for Japanese Mizunara oak to first get out of Japan and make it over to Ireland. And what's so good is because Irish whiskey and that Glendalough is triple distilled, so it's a really pure spirit. And it takes on a lot of interesting flavor from the wood. So I think that what makes that such a special whiskey is that you're able to taste this unique oak that you've probably never tried before, and really get to taste what it tastes like without having a spirit that's going to be really peaty or that's going to be adding its own sort of spirit flavors to it. You're really tasting that Japanese oak.
Yeah. So a couple comments coming in. Chivas Mizunara. There's a Chivas Regal which came out of Mizunara cask, and that's exactly what it is. It's I'm not sure how long the Glendalough 13 is aged in a Mizunara cask, but the Chivas basically is finished off as a Mizunara cask. So they don't say how long, but I would guess between 1 month to 3 months probably. The Glendalough, do you know how long it ages in Mizunara? Is it entirely Mizunara cask, or is it for a certain period, roughly?
I might take a pass on that. I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it's completely aged in it, but I have a feeling it's finished. I think, and so don't.
Let me see if Bo says anything.
Yeah, I think it's 3 years in Mizunara and 10 years in bourbon barrels. I think.
Actually, yeah, you're right. It does say bourbon barrel. It says finished in Japanese Mizunara oak. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's 10 and 3.
Yeah, but the key here is 13-year-old bourbon cask, and then it's finished off additionally in Mizunara, and who knows how long it is. It doesn't really specify that. But Chivas, to your point, whoever said that, yeah, Chivas also has. They don't say the age statement on it at all. At least it says 13 on it. But Chivas, assuming it's probably a 12, finished off in a Mizunara cask. And I've had that, and it's really, really good too. It's delicious. It's not Irish whiskey Glendalough delicious. It's a different kind of delicious, but it is good. What else? I know you mentioned two brands. Is there any other holiday picks? How about something expensive? How about something like somebody, $1,000 expensive or more? Like somebody wants to do a gift.
How much?
1,000 or more.
1,000 or more. Oh, and that's way out of my price range.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'd probably start looking towards Macallan. So I think Macallan does some really interesting stuff that's aged a long time and has been put in unique barrels. Macallan was the first distillery to start experimenting with using non-bourbon barrels, sort of in a. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that big red one right there. That rare. It's rare oak. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, and then I have the
That.
black also.
Good man. Good man.
Mhm.
Yeah, that rare oak is incredible. And
Yeah.
I think that what they do with some of their finishing is so cool. So yeah, if you were doing really splashing out to buy someone a gift, I'd probably go with one of Macallan's sort of really cool, finished, long-aged whiskeys.
Absolutely. And, Macallan has a unique story, too. There's only a handful, on one hand, distilleries out of Scotland that actually owns their own cooperage. And
Yeah.
controlling the wood, not buying the wood from somebody else, it's an extra difference. It makes an extra difference. I believe Balvini's another one. They're one of them. And
Yeah.
Loch Lomond is another one. I can't remember the fourth one. But there's only 4 distilleries that control their own cooperage. And think about it from start to finish, having the entire quality control in your hand. And I think that plays a big part, because wood is a huge part. Wood is the biggest part in the creation of whiskey. Obviously, the liquid going into the barrel has got to be great, and that's fine. But wood makes a huge difference in the flavor profile and the taste of what you get out of it. So having control of that cooperage, I think, makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I think that part of it too is now that we're seeing so many more whiskeys on the market and people are starting to experiment with different things. And now that we're seeing lots of international distilleries, RCS, so these new world distilleries, which somehow England is counted as a new world whiskey. But one of the things that they're doing, because they're not as shackled to Scotch whiskey rules, is experimenting with different types of wood. And I think that that's giving us some really exciting and different flavors. And yeah, I really agree that the way being able to control your wood gives you so much flexibility to do interesting and unique things. And Macallan, I think, absolutely nails that.
100%, 100%. So what am I pouring in my glass next? What do you recommend? What are you fond of that I could pour that you could talk about? I have the Nectar d'Or from Glenmorangie. I have a Macallan 15. Obviously, we talked about Glenmorangie 13. Maybe I'll finish off with that. And what do you have next? You have Lefroy, you said?
So I've got a Lefroy. I should save that until the end, though. So I'll probably go on to my Highland Park next.
You know what? I have a Highland Park 12 in Magnus downstairs. I'll get it really quick. Everybody feel free to interact, ask questions. I'm going to leave you alone for 30 seconds, Evan. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll just sit and drink my whiskey. But yeah, so thanks to all you guys for joining us tonight. It's nice to be here, because normally I'm in the UK, so being able to talk at a sensible time in the US is really nice. So I'm based in California, or living. So I grew up in California, but moved to the UK for college. So I've been in the UK for about 10 years. It's nice to be back in the US for Christmas.
Evan, actually, coincidentally, I should talk about this. Just yesterday, this showed up at my house, right? A big fragile box. You know what that means, right? Some goodies.
That's always a good sign.
So I'll show this because we're talking about Highland Park. It's from Highland Park. So they sent this baby to my house, which is really nice of them. They do the hand label and everything. Happy holidays. So let me take out this bad boy, show you what this is. Have you seen one of these yet?
I don't think so.
So they sent me this bad boy. Gorgeous box. Nicely done. And basically...
Oh, look at that.
But wait, there's more. Because, where there's dark, there's...
Is it light? Oh. What a great
How neat
box,
is that?
too. That's so
cool.
The
whole story, everything. And that was a nice Christmas gift that they sent. And, that's the power of social media, but the power of the community and just being part of it is just, we're blessed.
Yeah. Well, you're in for a treat. You've probably never had that before, I take it.
I have. I actually got a chance to have it at the Edrington, New York office a couple months ago. and it was spectacular. The only thing I regret is we had a lot of pours before I had it, so I really couldn't really enjoy. I want to have that in the beginning of the night. I don't want to have it at the end of the night.
Yeah. But yeah, so we just did, I think 2 weeks ago, we just did that. Yeah, oh, that's looking good. So I'll pour my Highland Park 18 to go along with that.
Phenomenal. Classic label too.
Classic label. Yeah, like I said, it's see, I've got to finish it so I can take it back.
Yeah. So you did. I saw a video of yours not too long ago. I want to say it's recent, but you did something on Highland Park, right? Well, yeah, I'm sure you've done multiple. I just saw one recently. I'm sure you've done more.
Yeah. Well, so the one that we just did recently is the light and the dark. In fact, so we've got some. So still for the rest of this month. So we do a competition every month on DreamWhiskies.com where we give away a free bottle of whiskey every month. And this, that is a shirt.
Sorry, somebody said switch your sweater, so I did.
That is a and I'm going to be distracted the rest of this chat. I'm not going to be able to look at anything.
Why? Why? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with the shirt?
There's nothing wrong with it. Everything is right with it. I'm just going to find it distracting.
I'm sorry to interrupt, man. Sorry. Yeah. That's the beauty of life. Yeah, I did it for Scotch Father. That's my boy right there.
Yeah.
What's up, Banjo?
So we do. Yeah, we do we give away a free bottle of whiskey every month.
I've signed up a couple of times. Yes.
Yeah. So all you need to do.
And you guys do some serious bottles away. Serious bottles.
Yeah, and so this month, if you go on to DreamWhiskies.com, you can go in and we're giving away a light and a dark, so you get both bottles. And it's
nice.
It's totally free. There's no strings attached. We don't come after you later to try to sell you anything. It's just literally we just give
no. You guys are exactly. It's cool.
I
mean, you guys been doing really good with that, and I see you guys picking the winners, giving them out. You guys do it right.
Yeah.
You do it the right way too. And again, you guys, it's like $200-300 scotches or more sometimes.
Yeah. So we don't. We try not to give away anything less than 200 pounds. I think we made an exception a while ago for a really, really good Irish whiskey. That's a Middleton. That was, I think it was 250, and we said, is that enough? Will people be interested enough if it's only 250 pounds? But yeah, we did it because it was a great whiskey. So it's usually sort of 300 to 400 pounds is what we give away. And to enter, you tweet about the competition because it's all about trying to get more people to experience and try these great whiskeys. So you tweet about the competition, you share it on Facebook. It's all social media actions to be able to enter. So obviously, when you tweet about it, then your friends see it, and then your friends tweet about it, and you get more people that see all this great stuff that is out there and to try. Yeah.
What cool items have you come across accessories wise, whether it's glassware or whatever, for a whiskey connoisseur for holidays, gifting wise? What do you recommend there?
So one thing that I'm really keen to try but haven't tried yet is one of the Narlin glasses. And so they look like big tumblers. So I really like drinking whiskey from a big tumbler because I feel cool and it's got some weight to it. But the problem is when you drink from a tumbler, you don't get as much of the aromas coming through. So these Narlin glasses, is that what you got there? Oh no,
it's a Denver Lightly one. It's a Denver Lightly.
Yeah. So,
but I do have those glasses.
Yeah.
Also, the Narlin glasses are really, really nice. They're very delicate. They're very light, and that's what I like about them. It's like, I definitely have them, but they're downstairs. I don't have them here.
Yeah. So,
but I like those. You're right. That's a good pick. That's a good one to gift. Yeah. It's a nice wow factor. They come in actually a nice package, and they feel nice in your hand too. Yeah.
I think another one I think that's really cool is to do. You can pick up those sort of mature your own whiskey kits, where you get like a small cask, and then you put new make spirit in it, and after sort of 6 months,
that's a great idea.
Yeah, and it's cool. What I like about it more than just being able to mature your own whiskey, which is obviously cool by itself, but you get to kind of taste it as it goes along the process. So you can try the new make, you can try it after a week, you can try it after a month, and you can kind of see how the whiskey changes over time. And I think
Yeah.
that's really interesting. In fact, it's something that some of the new distilleries are starting to do really well. So I think the English distillery, which I think is called the English Distillery, is doing chapters. So chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, for each of their age statements. So like chapter 1 is, you wouldn't normally buy a 1-year-old whiskey, but it's cool when you put it in context and being able to try them all together and see how their whiskeys changed over time.
I got a good business idea for you, Evan. You and Ed. Like, try to get a Japanese manufacturer to create those barrels, but with a Mizunara cask, so people can try it at home and age their whiskeys in Mizunara casks and finish it off in a. So basically, they're buying bourbons and they're finishing it off in a Mizunara cask at home.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Right.
You're not just a good pair of nipples. You've got a good brain too.
Appreciate that, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, how was that 18? 18 at Highland Park. Phenomenal.
So, Highland Park 18 is my all-time favorite whiskey, and the reason I got it was because I could get one with the old label. And I'm never going to get rid of this bottle. I'm just going to decant into it for forever and ever. It's so good. I love the 18, and just the way the finish is incredible. It just makes your mouth sort of salivate when you're drinking it. Yeah, it's exceptional.
Yeah. I have a little gift idea that I'll give a shout out to because these guys did a good job. Do I have more around here somewhere? But I have one of them. So this is a coaster. It's all leather. It just says, "I'll have another." This is made by Kentucky Double. They're on Instagram. They have a website, KentuckyDouble.com. This is a really nice coaster, leather coaster. It feels really nice in your hand. Has a great quality to it. And this smells so good, and it still does when it first got in. And that's what I use for my coaster. They're nice.
Oh, nice.
Because right now I'm on a glass table, so it does. So that's why you. So I think that's a good, cool gifting idea. Inexpensive. I think there are a few of them for $20 or something like that, but. I think I might have to wear my sweater. So somebody asked a question. Golden Spirit says, have you tried a cask finished bourbon or rye? I've tried Angel's Envy port finished bourbon and Whipsaw French wine cask finished rye. I've tried the Angel's Envy port finished. That was really, really good. How about you, Evan?
So I think that Widow Jane does some stuff that's finished in some interesting casks. I know it's some kind of wine cask. I want to say it's something like a Chardonnay. It's something really strange. And that's really good. I can't remember what it is. And the problem is that living in the UK, Widow Jane, but almost all bourbon in the UK is really expensive. So I haven't had it. So I tried it at a whiskey sort of show, and it was fantastic. So yeah, I think that's the only other one that I can think of.
Yeah, that's definitely you're definitely right. I'm looking at their website to see if I can find which one it is. But they have so many different products. They do. But this is one that I had right behind my back shelf. This is called Amador. So it's a Kentucky bourbon. Amador is owned by a company called Trinchero. They're one of the largest wine companies. They make a lot of different brands. Called Napa Cellars is one of them, for example. So what they do is they buy off the barrels from a good distillery. And they usually change it up every year. And then what they do is they ship it out to the barrels to Napa, and they age it and finish off in a Napa Chardonnay barrel, which was holding a Napa Chardonnay, a good quality Napa Chardonnay, and they age it additionally in there. And that's what this baby is, and it's delicious. It's found on the shelf for $35-40 for something very unique and different. I would recommend this as somebody to try to find something and gift to somebody who's not. It's different, Everybody's used to drinking the same old. This way, create some new stories, and it's kind of unique. Imagine gifting this to somebody who's the lady in the house doesn't drink whiskey. When she hears about the fact that it's aged off in a Napa Chardonnay barrel, finished off, she might try it, and it actually has a really unique finish.
it's got a really dark color to it as well. I wouldn't
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't really expect that dark color from Chardonnay barrels.
Well, yeah, because it's not entirely aged in a Chardonnay barrel. It just finished off, and it's just similar to
Oh, I see.
the Glendalough story. You know, that's basically the reason. And I want to say it's a 6, 7 year old whiskey in here, a bourbon in here. Yeah, 86.8 proof. So what else, brother? I mean, I'm glad I was able to chat with you. Unfortunately, our video quality is not as stellar as I would like it to be, but that's okay. At least, you know what? I am going to be going more and more on YouTube. I plan on doing these live series, almost in a TV show format type of thing, and interviews next year. That's my goal, to do them on YouTube, because the YouTube format is, first of all, it's in the right format, and the quality is a little bit better controlled than Instagram. So hopefully we'll do a redo one like this the right way. With hopefully one time, is Ed ever come on the camera?
Ed has occasionally been on the camera.
So I would love to do one when both of you guys are there, and then we do one together. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely. And we're looking to do the same next year. We want to do some lives on our channel as well. If you're desperate to see what Ed looks like, though, if you go to some video,
He's a dude. I'm not desperate.
I was gonna say, but we did a video about 3 weeks ago where
Okay.
it was where he quizzed me and asked me a bunch of whiskey questions, and anytime I got
What's the title of the video?
Or
what's the
Heaven or
kind
Hell.
of?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Heaven or
I'll check it
Hell,
out.
and the thumbnail is me making a really disgusted face because I had Fajukai, which is without a doubt the single worst whiskey ever created. And every time I got a question wrong, I had to have a shot of Fajukai. So Ed's in that video looking smug every time I have to do that.
Sounds like it should be a sake. It sounds like a perfect name for a sake.
It's not a name for a whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
It is. I obviously really like whiskey, and I truly believe that there are no bad whiskeys. There are just some whiskeys that aren't as good as others, except for Fajukai, which is just terrible.
Where's that from?
It's from Japan, or Fuji. It's from an island, and
Okay.
it tastes like melted tires. It's just gross. Everything about it is unappealing.
That's funny. That is funny.
It is not funny. Do not have it. Do not wish it on your worst enemy.
You know what? You buy that as a spoof to give to your friend just to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah,
you really like, your close friends.
Yeah. So we've been friends for a long time.
So let's pour one more dram as a final toast. What's it gonna be? You said you're gonna go with Lafroy, right? So I gotta find something peaty with.
Yeah.
Let me see what I have peaty up here. I might have to go downstairs for peaty. Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? I got some peat monster behind me.
Oh,
Do I have it? You know what? I got some Flaming Heart. Flaming Heart has some peat.
Yeah, it does.
And it's this is not the current one. It's like a couple years old. This will do the trick just fine.
Those are some great whiskeys.
Yeah. I'm pretty big into Compass. Call myself a little Compass collector. I mean, I'm missing a couple. If you ever find a General, you let me know for the right price.
All right, I'll let you
The
know.
Compass box. You'll find them easier in UK than I'll find them here. So,
All right, I'll keep my eyes open. Cheers.
cheers, man. Happy holidays to you and Ed. I much appreciate you coming on board and doing this, and getting to learn a little bit more about you guys. Everybody watching this, please do follow Top Whiskies on YouTube and here. And I usually post these videos on YouTube also. I'll post it even though the video quality is not that good. Quick question: Who's the lady? Who's the lady in your videos with the blue hair?
That's Emily Chitterfield, and she's also on Instagram. She's incredible. So she works at. So when we did that video with her, she was at a bar called Nula Bar, which is an Irish bar in London, and she now works at.
That's when I saw your Glen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Video. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Kalu Calais, if I guess time-wise, probably not many people in the UK watching, but it's one of the 50 best bars in the world, and she's an incredible bartender. But yeah, Emily Chitterfield on Instagram, she's doing a whiskey a day for the rest of the year. So she's got lots of good
Oh,
pictures and
nice.
stories coming up.
Very cool. We'll definitely give her a follow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
She's
man,
brilliant.
any last minute thoughts for people watching this? I know we didn't have that good of a video connection, so we don't have too many people watching, but more people will continue watching because the feed will stay on live for 24 hours in my thing, and then I'll post it again on YouTube. So any closing remarks in regards to your page? Anything to do with anything on your mind?
No, but yeah, well, happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for watching. Yeah, sorry about the audio quality or the video quality. It's my mother's Wi-Fi.
The
I
audio is
guess
actually good. I wouldn't have probably continued if the audio quality was not good enough, because at least we can have a conversation and we can hear you.
Yeah.
But just if video came out bad. But his video quality is amazing on YouTube, so make sure you guys go on YouTube and watch some of the videos.
Next time we have one of these chats, I will definitely have good video quality.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, man. Salud. Thanks for doing this. I much appreciate it. Happy holidays to you and your family. Enjoy your childhood room and whiskey in it.
Thanks.
Turn off the lights and turn on the stars in the roof. You have those lights that. Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Say hi to Ed for me, and thank you again.
All right. Well, thanks. Bye.
Everybody who joined, thank you so much for joining. Much appreciated. Tonight's Poison out. Hey guys, thanks again for joining. Just finishing up here. Again, thanks for all the support. Happy holidays to you and your families.